Welcome to Aspen Cooking, my friends. Today we'll be cooking these beautiful dumplings. I call them chest dumplings, ugly chest dumplings. You take a pick or the name for them. These are hinkali-like dumplings, and I'm going to show you how to make them. My friends, for our chest dumpling, first we're going to start with the dough. Let's have a look what I'm doing in here. 200 milliliters of water. We're gonna make black dough, cuttlefish ink. Cuttlefish ink goes in. We're gonna use a tablespoon mixed in water. Man, this thing smells like fish. Hopefully it won't smell like fish when we are done. And here's that baby. Guys, I have started by hand, but had to switch over to technology because it was not diluting in the water as well as I thought it would. And now after we're well diluted, we're going to go ahead and add our blackened water into the flour. We add some salt. About a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half. And we mix. Let's see if we will be able to turn this dough black. You guys see that? That's going to be a black dough right here. And after our black dough is getting ready, we're going to do exactly the same thing with the white dough. We have water, flour, and salt. Salt it up, and we mix it in. And our dough, both white and black one, will sit and get ready and comfortable and wait for us to address it for about an hour. Guys, our dough is ready, and we're placing it in a warm place inside the plastic wrap for about an hour. And here's the prep for us to play chess with our dumplings, black and white. Folks, now let's talk about what goes inside those dumplings, or hinkali, right? We have kind of a sort of a chopped meat in here. We're going to still work with it. This is beef. This is a pork tenderloin. We're going to chop it with our big knife as well. We have a mix of herbs. We have cilantro, and then we have some dill in there as well. Onions. You can use onion ratio almost 1:1 to meat. We're going to use a little bit less. This is maybe 1.5 large onion. And then of course salt and pepper. Keep it simple. One thing that I almost forgot, I'm sure it's super easy to edit on the video, right? Don't look at me like that. But broth. So we need the insides or our filling to be liquid. So you can use water. I'm using homemade chicken broth. And here's what we're gonna do with the meat. First, I'm going to cut it thinly. Be careful not to cut yourself, of course. Working with sharp tools, sharp knife will make your life so much easier. So what chopping will help us achieve is, for one, instead of using a ground beef or ground pork and mixing it together, we're going to have a little bit of a chunkier texture, and I love it, so it will be very juicy. Chopping helps us to mix this whole array together of meats. Then we're going to add onions to it, then we're going to add some herbs, and we're going to continue doing exactly the same. Guys, we've been at it for about 20 minutes, so here's what we have started with. That's the beef I was showing you, right? And here's the consistency of what we are left with. So it's almost grounded, but it's kind of a different texture because it's ripped and it's mashed and it's sliced through. And believe me, this way it comes out to be a whole lot juicier. Alrighties, and our meat is back in the bowl. We added some salt to it. I'm going to go ahead and add some pepper to this mixture. A whole bunch of pepper. Can't really go wrong with adding a little bit more black pepper. The aroma will bring out all of the flavors out of this meat. And it will enhance our dumplings incredibly. Alright, we might add some more, but for now we're going to go ahead and mix all of this onion in there. All of our herbs, again, cilantro and dill. I want to make sure it's mixed well, very, very well. So use both hands. Hands mixing enhances the flavor. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and add some cayenne pepper powder and a little bit of spice. That looks good. I'm not gonna add a whole lot, but I like cayenne. I'm gonna add homemade chicken broth. We want our mixture to be on the liquidy side. I'm not gonna add more than this just yet. I'm going to start mixing and then see what I'm looking at. Guys, and here's the consistency you're roughly looking at. If it's a little bit more liquidy, that is okay. I might add a little bit more broth, but this is roughly what you're looking at because this is going to be your filling for the dumplings. Guys, our dough is ready. I'm going to play with it just a little bit. I'm not so much play, but I'm just going to knead a little bit. I was not able to achieve like a perfect black consistency. It's more of a dark gray with this marbling. I'm sure you can see it's all over it. If somebody have done like a perfect black dough, please let me know. Guys, real quick, comment on the texture. I do believe they're almost the same texture, even though I like texture of this dough a little bit better for how spongy it is, how much give it has versus this dough. I don't know, that might be just, very superstitious, but there's a comment. Here's what we have. The process is super simple. You have this dome shape, and you're going to divide it in 4 equal parts, or as equal as you can make it. Boom. Just like that. Ooh, look at that marbling, amazing. All right, let's divide it one more time. Just like so, all right. Here's the process. We're going to start making sort of a roll sausage shape. Cool beans, after we have our initial shape, we're going to slice it into about 2-inch or so parts, just like that. Maybe some will be a little bit smaller, some will be a little bit bigger. But that is what we have. I'm going to put it under, the ones that I'm not working with, I'm going to put under the plastic wrapper so they don't dry out too fast. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to roll and apply a little bit more pressure when we're near the edges, and we're going to leave a little bit of a thicker part in the middle. And if you do everything correctly, here's what you're left with. Perfect guy. If you guys do everything right, here's what you will end up with. This is about 20th, 30th, I'm not really sure. And we're gonna leave this little leg right here. So you can just bite it off. And now, we're going to start adding our hinkali inside. I'm going to start with the black ones. Now, as far as boiling goes, we're going to boil them until they surface. And once they do, we're going to boil them for 1 to 2 minutes more. Alrighty, and another pot is boiling, and this is for our white dumplings. Called the chest dumplings. I mean, these guys are turning out to be an ugly dumplings. But we'll see. Go ahead and grab another one. Guys, here's what we have at the very end. I'm gonna give this interesting guy a try. It's juicy, it's just a pop-up flavor. Wow, it's so juicy, it's incredible. It's black, but remember how I said it has some fishy flavor? Actually, not a flavor, it has a fishy smell. But this guy does not have anything to do with fish. Just pure meat, pop-up flavor. Strongly recommended. Guys, if you like what you see, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll be back with more videos for you.